Hey, what's up y'all? I'm back with another video. In the War Within patch 11.0.7, we're introduced to a whole new zone, the Siren Isle, with its own unique currency, the Flame Blessed Iron. The Flame Blessed Iron can be used to purchase unique transmog appearances, toys, battle pets, and even mounts similar in fashion to what was going on the Forbidden Reach. That being said, there's also a pretty decent amount of gold to be made with it, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to be going much into how to turn your Flame Blessed Iron gains into sweet monetary gains, since I'd like to focus all of my energy on making sure that you can acquire as much of the Flame Blessed Iron as possible in as little time as possible. In this video, I'm going to be going over some of the farming methods that I've been able to use over the past week in order to acquire as much Flame Blessed Iron as possible, and how I've managed to almost entirely clear out the vendors in less than a week. That being said, let's just get right into the video. The easiest and most obvious way to acquire Flame Blessed Iron as fast as possible is to participate in all the rare excavation encounters across the island. It's important to know that you don't actually have to participate in the excavation to receive credit, you just have to make sure that you're present for the kill in order to receive your Flame Blessed Iron, saving you from spending so that you can clear the vendors out as fast as possible so that you never have to return. Your first kill on each of the rare spawns per day, per character, will grant you with 180 Flame Blessed Iron, diminishing to 90 per kill for every sequential kill on the mobs. Each of the mobs is on around a 2 to 5 minute respawn timer, meaning that you shouldn't have any issues flying between the three and getting tags in. Staying on the same character can average me anywhere between 1,800 and 2,000 Flame Blessed Iron per hour solely off of killing the rare mobs for doing the excavations, which is a pretty good rate all things considered, especially considering the fact that most of the items cost 500 Flame Blessed Iron or less. Couple this with killing elite rares around the island can earn you upwards of an additional 3,500 to 4,000 Flame Blessed Iron per hour, meaning that if you're remaining consistent with the pace in which you're killing the rare elites, as well as participating in the events, you can make anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 Flame Blessed Iron per hour. The total amount of Flame Blessed Iron that you're going to require to clear out all the vendors is exactly 82,350 Flame Blessed Iron, meaning that if you keep the pace up even casually, you can clear out all the vendors in around less than 14 hours of playtime, which is typically a single World of Warcraft session for my average viewer. In my opinion, this is the real and true best way of farming the Flame Blessed Iron, but it may be extreme for some players, which is why there's some other great alternatives if you're unwilling to lock in for an extended period of time and want to take the casual route. The main alternative, of course, to participating in a rare marathon is of course to complete content as normal, killing mobs when you have to, and doing quests and collecting chests as they come. The drop rates for Flame Blessed Iron from other sources around the zone aren't actually all too bad all things considered, with regular mobs dropping anywhere between 1 and 5 iron per kill, regular elite mobs dropping around 11 per kill, the Seafarer's Cache containing anywhere from 8 to 11 irons, special chests around the zone containing around 36 irons each of the rare spawns dropping between 28 and 182 per day, diminishing to between 28 and 90 when killed more than once per character, the Crate of Bygone Riches containing around 16 irons, as well as being able to also acquire 200 Flame Blessed Irons per weekly quest, diminishing down to 100 after your first completion when completing on an alt. Out of these Flame Blessed Iron acquisition alternatives, I wouldn't recommend grinding regular or elite mobs, seeing as the amount of work required is even higher than what you would experience while rare hopping in a farming group for a day. I would, however, recommend completing your weekly quests on your main character, as well as looting any chests that you happen to come across, since the rewards are just enough to make up for the time that you would have spent doing just about anything else around the island, and it's literally free. It costs $0. That being said, however, I had decided to join a farming group for elite mobs just to see how worthwhile it would be, and if simply grinding mobs could be a real and true alternative to farming rares. Since I truly wanted to determine if there could be any other possible Flame Blessed Iron farming methods, I decided to give mob grinding a hand. Ironically, this required more focus than if you were to simply fly around in a raid group, killing every rare that pops up on your map, seeing as you're constantly in combat and falling behind on the DPS meters even for a second means an instant kick, especially if you're in a group led by someone like me, who would kick you even if you were trying as hard as possible if your DPS was lower than what I deemed to be acceptable. The best farming location I found was located here on the map, and seeing as it's still the first week of the actual island being out, it took just about no time at all to find a group that was farming the area, which in my opinion is pretty crazy, since there are literally always rares up around the island, meaning that they don't have to be out here doing this. Farming for an hour, however, yielded me around 3,500 iron per hour, which is a pretty sorry rate all things considered, seeing as you can make upwards of 6,000 iron per hour while farming rares. Like I said though, if you're rared out and looking for a change in scenery, this can be an alternative that may still work for you, seeing as you'll still be able to gather the 81,000 flame blessed iron required in order to clear out the vendors. It may just take you anywhere between 25 to 30 hours of the possible 14 from flying around the zone and just killing rares in a raid group until your eyes become dry and bloodshot. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. Personally, while I'm not a fan of the cosmetics or the content or the battle pet or the mounts or the environment or the atmosphere or the vibe of the new Siren Isle zone, it's always worth clearing any content possible since it's literally anything to do at the moment and the expansion has sort of hit a dry patch. Like I said earlier in the video, I do plan on making a gold farming guide for the Siren Isle since there are several high ticket items that you can acquire while farming around the zone and with the flame blessed irons, and it's best to strike while the metaphorical and literal iron is hot, so make sure you subscribe and like the video, and also comment on how awesome my transmog is so that you can remain informed while simultaneously doing so just because I'm a chill guy who has swagger and also aura. Like I've been saying in all of my videos recently, my Discord server is officially open, the link of which you can find at the end of a short PowerPoint presentation down in the description below, so feel free to hop in and show off pictures of you killing Drakthir and Volpera, since I love seeing content like that. I'd also like to mention that my guild, The Guy, is currently recruiting for high-end PvE content as well as guild activities such as posting up in largely populated areas as well as general activities and remaining nonchalant during high-pressure situations. And if you'd like to join, feel free to join my Discord or shoot Bonesaw or I a message in-game so that we can deliberate on your acceptance. I'd also like to mention that I have officially joined social media for once, so feel free to follow me. Or don't. I don't care. I'm just a chill guy for real chill. Anyways, thanks for watching, and as always, peace.